Live from the internet, it's the Dr. Tom the Frog Show!
Hi-ho! This is Dr. Tom, and you are watching the Dr. Tom the Frog Show, where we talk about tabletop RPGs. Now, I have on Epidiah Ravachol of Worlds Without Master and Dread and Swords Without Master and all kinds of fine games from Dig 1,000 Holes. How are you doing, Epidiah?
I'm doing well. How are you, Dr. Tom?
Well, I can't complain because that's not really what this show's about.
That's good. That's good.
Swords Without Master is your most recent RPG, right? Now, in that game, you play frogs. Isn't that right? Isn't that
Yes.
some kind of fancy French way for saying frogs?
Yeah. You play a bunch of adventurous frogs that live outside the social structure of a fantasy world. You run around with your swords and take from the world what you need and what you want, and use some sorcery sometimes too.
Oh man, this sounds. I'm really into. Where could I pick this up? Is it on drive-thru?
Yes, you can get that on drive-thru. It's actually Swords Without Master was published in issue 3 of Worlds Without Master, which you can get on drive-thru RPG. But you can also go to worldswithoutmaster.com and pick up any of those back issues. And each one of those issues has a different game in it, as well as sword and sorcery fiction, and there's a comic and a bit of other goodness there.
No. Now I have heard about this Worlds Without Master. Now I understand that we have to be patronizing to you in order to help out. Is that?
Yes. One thing I enjoy in life is when people are patronizing, and so actually Patreon, Patreon, is a way to sort of like a Kickstarter for reoccurring events. In this case, it's a Kickstarter, or it's a crowdfunding platform for my Sword and Sorcery e-zine, Worlds Without Master. And if you go there and you join up and you say, I will give Epi $2.99 every time he puts out one of these issues, he'll be able to spend that money on buying stories and art and games and various other stuff from talented people who also enjoy the Sword and Sorcery genre.
But all of this ends up on drive-thru RPG or your website, or why would I want to do this patronizing thing other than the sheer joy of patronizing you?
Well, aside from sheer joy, it helps me determine the size of each issue. The budget that I get from the patrons is the money that I use to determine how much of everything I'm going to buy for each issue. But also, there's a bit of a little price break there, because if you are a patron, you're only paying $2.99 for an issue, but if you have to buy the back issues, you have to buy them for $3.99. So you save yourself $1, which is about 25% at that point.
Yeah, I'll let you do the math there, Epi. That sounds good. There's this thing coming around here, as everyone knows, this is the holidays, and if you're watching this on tape delay, it might be a little bit later than the holidays, but as we record this, it's December 2014. And, Epi, you don't mind if I call you Epi, do you?
No, I don't mind. If you don't mind me calling you Doctor.
Well, of course not. I've worked 7 years in amphibian school for that, so thank you. Now, I understand that you're going to be selling EpiPens coming up for Christmas. Is that right? With a bunch of other game designers?
Well, no, it's Epimus, which is a holiday that's celebrated on December 24th, so the day before Christmas. And it's a traditional holiday in which you play games with loved ones and friends. And a bunch of game designers over the past few years have gotten together to sell PDFs in bundles where you can go and buy them at a bit of a discount price, and when you buy them, you get copies for yourself, and then on Epimus, on December 24th, you will have those exact same games sent to a friend or loved one that you determined when you bought them.
So you're saying that I get something for someone,
right,
and then I get it too?
That is correct.
Not that I care about me, because it's
No.
the spirit of the season, but
Yes.
I get them too.
Well, the idea is that you get them too, and you get them right away, whereas your friend has to wait till Epimus, so that you can read the rules and you'd be ready to play it with them when that happens. So it's all about helping your friend out.
So it's not about me lording it
No,
over them that I have
exactly.
it.
Right.
So you're saying that the spirit is not for me to have the PDFs now and to mock them until the 24th.
That is correct.
I think I get that. Okay, that sounds pretty cool. And so how long has this been running, and what kind of games could I get in this for other people?
Right, for other people. Well, I don't even know how many years. Maybe 5 years now? It's getting up there. This year is probably going to be the biggest year in the number of games that we have, and they're mostly role-playing games, although some of them kind of skirt the edge. But we have some new stuff that came out this year, like Hannah Schaefer's Questlandia and the Swords Without Master that I did that we talked about earlier. And we've got some stuff that has some of the older stuff that's in here, and plus some new, almost unique to Epimus type things, little games that are either debuting at Epimus or otherwise not available.
And can you come on, exclusive for Dr. Tom the Frog
Right.
Show? What's one sneaky peeky?
Well, I've got a new game from Meg Baker coming out called, I believe, The Holly and the Ivy, and it's about hunting down a white heart in order to gain a wish and prevent, I guess, your friends from getting that same wish. So that's a new one that I just heard about today that I'm excited about.
Ooh, that sounds
Yeah.
pretty cool. All right. Can I get any more? Is that?
Well, let me see here. I have, I'm going to mess up this name. Giovanni, whose last name I don't know if I'm going to be able to pronounce. He's Italian. He has a game called My Fantasy that's coming out in English translation that will debut in this Epimus. So the first way to get the PDF in English will be to go through Epimus.
Ooh, that's great. All right. Exclusive for Dr. Tom the Frog Show. Score! All right, so I'm going to ask you a little serious question here, Epi, as we come
Okay.
out here at the end. So, Epi, what does your stocking look like?
Oh, what does my stocking look like? If you've got 2 seconds, I can go get it and show it to you.
Oh, with the magic of editing, I've got minutes.
Well, then I will return in just 1 second. Because we are super serious about celebrating Epimus. Can you see those?
Absolutely, those are gorgeous! Epi, I really appreciate you coming on the Dr. Tom the Frog Show.
Well,
and Epimus,
Thank
we'll
you
have
so much for
links.
having me.
Thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah. And happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you, too.
You just watched the Dr. Tom the Frog Show, and we hope that you liked what you saw, yo. But if it was a big waste of your time, well, it's free, so that's not a crime. But if it was a waste of your time, yes, it's free, so that's not a crime.